YouTube, what's going on? Before I get into today's video, want to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can always stay tuned in when I'm releasing new videos and stuff like that. So without any further introduction, let's get into today's video. So in this box right here, this is my my EDC Glock that I'm currently in progress of putting together. It is in its base form right now, so it can technically be used, but I'm still waiting to get some more products to finish everything and get it ready to be everyday carried in a holster at least. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is my Glock 19 everyday carry build. Go ahead and open this up. I'm sure you already know what's inside of a Glock box. You got your magazines, your back straps, of course. This firearm was purchased used, so I don't believe I have a cleaning brush and all of that stuff that usually comes with it when you purchase it new. But anyway, this is the firearm, so I'm gonna go ahead and take all of this other stuff out of here. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I'll use this magazine for the video because this one is loaded. Firearm is clear. Safety check, there's nothing in there. Safe direction. Nah, safe direction, I'll point this way. Clear. So I'm going to throw this magazine in there for aesthetic purposes. Get this big old box out the way. So yeah, guys, this is my Glock 19 build. All right. So originally this was a Glock 19 Gen 4. I don't think I've even ever put it on the channel before, unfortunately. Not even in my shorts. You can check my shorts maybe if you can find the original way it was when I first got it. But moving on, it was a Glock 19 Gen 4 non-MOS. So originally I was going to go ahead and carry it like that. Glock 19 Gen 4 non-MOS, just straight stock, other than putting like, you know, a flashlight and stuff like that. That was going to be it. But eventually I decided to get back into the optics game, the world of red dot sights. So I decided to go ahead and make this one a MOS so it can be optics ready. And the reason why I came to that decision, that really led to me switching over to that decision, was if you watch my previous video about my 19X, originally I was gonna make this one MOS, because obviously this doesn't come with MOS. So I was gonna make this one a MOS type of setup, but I didn't want to take away from the beauty of the complete FDE on FDE look, and because that's what really made me fall in love with the 19X. So I ordered the Glock 45 MOS Gen 5 slide that was going to go onto my 19X. So it would have been black on FDE. But like I said, I didn't want to take away from the look. So I said, you know what? Now, mind you, I already paid for the slide though, but later on, before I actually got it and stuff like that, I ended up changing my mind and said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and keep it FDE. I don't want to change it because I might get annoyed at the fact that it doesn't look like how the 19X is supposed to look. Bloop de bloop de bloop. So I decided, you know what? Wait a minute. My Glock 19 is the same slide as the 19X, as you can see. The 19X has a 19 slide. So why not put that slide on my 19? And it'll still have pretty much the same concept going on, but it'll serve the same, it'll still have the same functionality as if when I was going to have it with the 19X, far as being a red dot sight firearm, you know, being able to be accurate with that red dot and all the stuff that comes with the red dot and being tactical and all of that stuff. So I ordered me a 45 slide MOS. Boom, got that. I just got this. I just picked it up today actually. I sold the, so once I came to that decision and decided that's what I'm going to do and I'm not changing my mind anymore. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and get rid of this slide, the original slide, not this one, the 19 non-MOS one, Gen 4. Got rid of that slide because obviously I'm going to put this slide on it now, so is no point in just keeping the slide. I mean, I considered keeping it, maybe using it for another build, because I think I am actually going to get another 19 at some point. But anyway, that's another point for further on in the video or another video. But anyway, so I sold that slide and used that money to invest to get the red dot that was going to go on here. So I saved a bunch of money basically. Now if I would have kept the slide, then I would have just had a slide laying around and I would have had to spend more money on a lower and parts for it and all of that stuff, and still had to spend more money on the optic. So I killed 2-3 birds with one stone. Got this new slide that'll fit right on here. I didn't have to change the back plate because if you put you can put a Gen 5 slide on a Gen 4 lower. It'll go straight on there, no problems. Now you can't do it the other way around. You can't put a Gen 4 upper on a Gen 5 slide. That's what will lead you to have to change the back plate. But when you do it from the newest generation on top and the older one on bottom, at least one generation down, I'm assuming. I'm not sure if that still will work for Gen 3, but yeah, the Gen 5 upper will go on the Gen 4 slide. So that was no problem. And then I sold this slide and got the upper. I sold the old slide and got my optic. So I pretty much didn't have to pay absolutely nothing for the optic. So everything worked out. So this is going to be my official everyday carry, guys, right here. This Glock 19. Now it's funny because if you watch my previous video when I was talking about the 19X, and I was explaining to you that the assholes that I ordered this slide from was originally I was supposed to be getting the Glock 45 slide, like I told you to go on here. I wasn't never thinking about a 19 slide, even though it still would have been the same. But I was just immediately thinking Glock 45. That was just the first thing that came to my head. So that's what I ordered. That's what I paid for. Like I said in the last video about this 19X, those assholes said after they accepted my money and charged me for it that they ran out of these slides. They ran out of those slides and they only had a Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS slide. They said, "Do you want that?" I said, "Yeah, cool, no problem. I mean, it's going on a 19 frame anyway, so hey, it'll look cool. I mean, it'll still serve its purpose as long as it's MOS. I don't mind." So tell me why I opened the package assuming it was going to be the 19. Tell me why it's a damn 45 slide. Like, I don't know what the heck those guys are smoking over there, man. Like, first you said you ran out. Now you're going to compensate your screw up for charging me, and then that's not my fault that you did bad logistics. Shit, you sending me a 19. Now I'm preparing myself mentally for a 19 on a 19, but then you ended up sending a 45. So I'm like, what the heck? But I mean, I'm not mad because it's still pretty much 45 and a 19 is practically the same slide, same thing. So basically, this is like a Glockenstein build, for lack of better terms. You get what I'm saying? Not a Frankenstein, like a bunch of aftermarket stuff, mismatched. But I call it Glockenstein because it's mismatched Glock uppers and lowers and slides and lowers and stuff like that. Like, am I supposed to be calling this a Glock 45? Short, maybe? Or am I supposed to be calling this a Glock 19 that says 45 and doesn't say Glock 19 at all? So I just call it the Glockenstein build. But basically, it's a Gen 5 upper on a Gen 5 45 upper MOS on the Glock 19 Gen 4 lower. Now, again, as I said in my last video, I love the Gen 5 frame because this beaver tail, it feels so good in my hand. Like this 19X is the best feeling Glock in my hand as far as a full size gun so far. Now the 19 feels good. Obviously it's shorter. And if I could, I mean, it obviously it has its reasons for being shorter because you can conceal carry it better. But am I gonna sit here and lie and say that this grip feels better because it's smaller than the bigger grip? And obviously you see I don't actually need the extra space. It's just there because my hands are small. But this still actually feels so much better. This one is feeling like it's perfect. You know, it's but sometimes perfect can be annoying because it's too perfect. Like it's no wiggle room at all. It just fits absolutely snug, absolutely perfect in my hand, which isn't a problem. But yeah. So moving on forward, like I said, this is gonna be my everyday curry. This is just part one, the introduction to the build. I still would be able to curry this right now. With my bag setup. My bag setup is just basically any firearm that I want to carry, no matter how small or how big, because of the bag I got in my everyday carry bag setup when I do want to rock a bag. So this is limited to that until I get my holster. I didn't want to order a holster yet because, like I said, originally when I was going to order a holster and get everything ready to be everyday carry, I made the switch to MOS, which means I would have wasted my money because now I got an optic and I would have had to dremel it down and make a room for the optic and all of that stuff. And then also I wanted a light. At first I wasn't caring about a light, but now it's like, yeah, I got the optic. I might as well get the light. So yeah. So I'm just waiting. I'll be patient because I want a good holster. I think this would be my first time doing a holster with a sidecar. So I think I'm banging on that. I'm gonna get me probably like a T-Rex arms or something like that. Pretty much a holster with a sidecar on it. I think that'd be great for me. Everyday carry. Then I'll have an extra magazine right already at the ready. And yeah, I got a lot of plans with this, guys. Got a lot of plans with this. Uh, I absolutely love, like I said in my last video, I love Gen 5s. That's my favorite so far. If I had to choose to only have one Gen. But Gen 4 is like, if I caught a good deal on a Glock and it was a Gen 4, I'll rock with it. Because everything before that, I don't like the grip textures on the 1, 2, and 3 generations. I mean, not really one, but you know, the third generation. I don't like the grip texturing. It is absolutely too sticky, which is another reason why I sold my Gen 317. I love the Gen 4 serrations. Like I feel like I don't necessarily have to put Talon grips because I actually used to hate Glock's grips before I got introduced and got my first Gen 4 and touched the Gen 5 and stuff like that. Because before that, all my Glocks were Gen 3, and I absolutely hated the pistol grip area because it was like just too slippery. But this one, it's still a teeny tad bit slippery, but nowhere near as a Gen 3. Like it's doable. Like I really can, and I have sweaty hands. You know, when I shoot and nervous and stuff like that. So, but this is really good, guys. This is really good. Like I can grip it. It's perfect. It's not rubbing off too much, and I don't necessarily have to use Thailand grips, which I normally would put on all of my Glocks back in the day when I had my Gen 3s. So yeah, I got an optic that I'm putting on it. That'll be in another video. It's a Holosun. I have that. I can't install it right now, unfortunately, because I forgot all about the optics plate that I need to mount the Holosun, and at the time I wasn't aware that Holosun came out with the SCS, I believe, that directs that was pretty much created for Glocks. Like it directly mounts to the slide, and you don't have to upgrade the sights and all that. So I still have a lot to do. I have to get the plate. I already have the optic, but I have to get the plate so I can mount it. And I have to get suppressor height sight so I can co-witness, because it's no point of getting my optic, you know, putting it on there now. Even if I did have the plate and I don't have my optic, and then I would have had to take the plate off probably to, or even the gunsmith, you know, it probably would have to most likely take it back off to change the sight, the rear sight and stuff like that. So it's no rush. I'm gonna just leave it completely stocked out right now until I get everything together and ready to put ready to go. And then of course, my typical standard stream light. You know, I love stream lights. Probably get a. I'm not sure honestly. My 19X, most likely I probably won't do a stream light, because this isn't any type of necessarily a duty type of it's not in a duty placement, or it's not necessarily an everyday carry placement. So I'm fine with an Olight. That's just like, that's my secondary backup option if I don't want to spend too much on Streamlight. But if it's a duty gun, everyday carry, or something I just wanted to be top tiered out, then Streamlight is my pretty much default option right there. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna put a Streamlight on this one. I'm not gonna put an Olight on this one. But you know, you can never speak in absolutes. I mean, who knows? I might do put a Olight, but always Olight and Streamlights, either one. I love Olights. I don't care about whatever you got to say in the comments. All you Olight haters, that's on you. That's your money. That's this. You feel how you feel. I don't care how you feel. These are my guns. I like what I like. I have no problem with Olights. But yeah, that'll pretty much conclude this video. Oh yeah. So yeah, these are the magazines I have. Obviously, I have my two 15-round magazines right here. I like to use Hornady Critical. Is it defense or duty? These are the red tips, so I think this is duty. Yeah, it's the Hornady Critical Duty. I got that, rocking out with that in that mag. And then I also have this one, which would be like, especially if I do bag carry this one outside of the and I don't feel like wearing a holster, depending on what I'm wearing, I'll definitely have this in the bag with me for backup. But regardlessly, this will be in the car with me. And you see, this is locked and loaded, all red tips. This is all filled up with Hornady critical defense. So I'm ready with that one. And yeah, so I won't be putting a back strap on this one because, as I was saying before, and I got sidetracked, but started talking about something else. But yeah, the Gen 5s fit very good with the back strap because the finger grooves are not there, and I believe they made this portion in this area a little bit slimmer than the Gen 4 and Gen 3. But when I tried to put the back strap on this Gen 4, man, that thing was absolutely huge in my hand. I mean, it was like super. It was like I put my finger back here and I'm trying to grip it. Like that's how I felt, and I just couldn't do it. But it's strange because, like I said, that was my first time putting a back strap on a Glock. So I was like, you know what? I ain't rocking with no back strap, even though I love the way they look. But when I got my 19X, it already had the back strap on it. And when I put it in my hand, it just melted in my hand. I mean, it feels so good, like I said. So in the future, like I said, I definitely prefer Gen 5 because now I know I can put the back strap on it, and I actually prefer not to have the finger grooves. So if I can, if I have a choice, if I buy the gun new, or if I if I'm not being particularly interested in some type of deal or something like that, I definitely would prefer Gen 5. But the Gen 4 is cool. I don't necessarily hate the finger grooves, but if I can, preferably choose, then obviously I'm gonna go with the Gen 5 all day, every day. But I definitely hate the mag releases, like I said, outside of the Gen 4 and Gen 5. It's way too small. That Glock 17 was way too hard to get to get to this button. Even though the grip is pretty small on the 17, it wasn't bad at all. But pressing that mag release is so much. I'm not gonna say hard, like I can't do it, but it's so much easier on the Gen 4 and Gen 5 because it's bigger. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this completely stock outside of the upgrades, the tactical upgrades. I'm not interested in any aftermarket triggers and none of that stuff, spring weights and all of that. Nah, this is a tool for me. My Glocks are tools, and they will be used as that. I'm gonna maintain reliability because that's what Glock is known for, and that's why I love Glocks. So I'm not doing anything to change that unless I specifically build the Glock outside of self-defense situation. I specifically build it to be a range gun or type of competition or something like that, or tactical, whatever. But outside of that, all of my Glocks are gonna be stock. I'm rocking with stocks. Nothing wrong with the trigger. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the trigger. You're pointing your firearm in a real life self defense situation. Who the hell cares if you have a Johnny Glock's trigger or whatever Apex trigger? None of that matters. All the thing that, because the target is standing right in front of you. I mean, is the most important thing about a self defense shooting is who gets the gun out first and who starts pulling the trigger. Speed is the most important to me, in my opinion. Speed is first, because you could be the most accurate person in the world, but the bad guy got to you faster, and yeah, he probably missed his first round, but he's worried about getting out and doing this, and now he didn't sent 5 bullets down range, and now you didn't got hit while you moving in slow motion trying to line up sights and all that. So in real life situation, you're not even going to be thinking about trying to aim down sights. The best you can do is practice for accuracy. Of course, you practice for accuracy so that it becomes subconscious to you. So subliminally, subconsciously, you already on sighted in for the most part without even having to actually concentrate on it. But my concentration primarily is going to be getting out that holster and getting on target as fast as I can, getting shots down on the target and stopping the threat. You get what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily need a red dot for that. I don't necessarily, I definitely don't need a fancy trigger to shoot somebody close. But like I said, I don't mind a red dot on this build, on this setup. I definitely won't be doing what I'm doing now on every Glock. Like I see a lot of people, they just gotta have the latest and greatest accessories, expensive accessories on every single gun. I love you guys, my YouTube subscribers, but honestly, I'm not about to go dead broke and invest all of the stuff just to be a show off to you guys. You get what I'm saying? It's not that serious. But for the firearms that I do specifically choose to do those for, yes, I will get the best of the best and the things that I like, hands down. And I would suggest you do that as well. Now, if you do like to upgrade your guns to all the fancy business, hey, get more power to you. No problem. But for me, everyday carry, I'm always rocking with Glocks. All of my firearms, all of my pistols are Glocks. I've made the solid decision as a man to stick with one brand so I can concentrate on getting used to the training myself with one gun. This will be my primary everyday carry. This will be my my forever day carry, should I say. Is always gonna be that 19, hands down. That way, I'm super proficient with this platform. I know how to do everything. Any type of bad malfunctions, breaking it down, cleaning it, with ammunition, reliability. I could trust it all the way around the table. You can't go wrong with just sticking with one. you know. So I want to just stick with one gun. All of that trying to have 5 guns, everyday carry 5 different guns every other day. I'll have 5 different Glocks maybe, you know, but most likely they're all going to be 19s, or some variant of a Glock at the bare minimum. I mean, I'm not trying to speak too many absolutes because nobody knows the future and stuff like that. Things change, but as of right now, I'm definitely rocking with Glock 19. Like I said, if I did want to get a different feel for something or something like that, then I'll just get another Glock 19 and maybe change some things around. Maybe I'll get one that have a extended base plate and no optics sight, or a different optic than my preferred Holliston, or no light, or a compensator, or stuff like that. But I want to always be training with the same gun, so my hands will be used to it. I'll be used to how it shoots and controlling that recoil and everything that comes with it. But I don't want to spread myself too thin, because I see a lot of folks, like I said, they got all these different everyday carries, 5, 6, but they're not training. All their guns look brand new. They're not maximizing their potential and how good and proficient they are. Because how can you do that if you're training a little bit with this gun, a little bit with that gun, it's completely different from shooting a Glock than a Sig in a 1911, and you're trying to everyday carry a staccato too, and all of this, all of that. Man, I'm rocking with the Glock 19. This is gonna be my one everyday carry. Period. I don't want no Sig. I don't want no Canic, Walther. I don't want none of that crap. I'm rocking with Glocks. Plain blank period. So this is my forever day carry right here, guys. Like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned in to your boy. Make sure you always aiming. Hit that notification bell so you can stay tuned in, because I got a lot of good content coming. More updates to the build and part 2 that'll be coming. A few more videos. I got my red dot sight unboxing for the hollow sim that I said is going on here. That's gonna be in a separate video. Remember, we got the 19X. Still doing some work on that. Still got my ARP that I'm still finishing up. And I have another Glock that's coming next week. So yeah, you don't want to miss it, guys. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So until the next video, guys. Peace out.